All right, here we are once again. Today we are playing Ronin. I have not played this game before. You've played it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. This is it's like a stealth assassin turn-based side scroller.
Okay, sounds like a genre I might like.
The point of this is that all of these people were like associates of your father. I'm assuming you're the girl. In most games, you'd hit jump. Like I'm hitting spacebar. You think you hit jump and stuff happens, but look, spacebar just stops time. So I'm in the air, so I'm holding space, time stopped, or I could just click down the mouse.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm in the air. Now I'm gonna stop again.
Okay.
Then that's the path that I'm currently headed.
Right.
Like that.
But if you want to grapple.
And then now I'm holding the mouse down and I'm grappling. And then I can either choose to suck myself into it or just let it swing like that. You know what's kind of funny? This game reminds me of another game that came out a few years ago called Gunpoint.
Oh yeah?
It's like, in that game, instead of being a ninja assassin type dude, you look like a detective or a hacker. In the demo of this game, it says this game is not Gunpoint.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
So it acknowledges it?
It acknowledges it because it's so much like it. I mean...
If it's that similar and that game came out first, what makes this game not a ripoff?
Gunpoint has this hacking mechanic where you're like, it would be like an overlay on the world. Like here, like let's say this door was locked. Mm-hmm. In Gunpoint, I could go to my like hacking menu and I could draw a line from me to the switch.
Which is like what Batman does in Arkham City. He's got that little decryptor thing.
Or like, Arkham City or like Watch Dogs where it's an open world game where you're a hacker and you can like see like people's names on their phones and stuff like that.
What about it though?
Gunpoint has that mechanic. Okay. And that's what makes Gunpoint different than this.
Okay.
So this one has all like the ninja tools and all like the shurikens and stuff like that.
Okay.
That has like the Watch Dogs style. You're hacking security cameras and stuff.
You know what else this kind of reminds me of? Called Mark of the Ninja.
Oh yeah, that game's cool. But it's that game you actually like fly around and do stuff. It's not turn-based.
I'm not trying to say the game is exactly the same. I just mean it's a similar has a similar look to it. Are you Ronin, by the way? You are Ronin?
I guess so, or a Ronin.
A right? Ronin? Okay.
Because a Ronin is what, like a samurai who doesn't have a tribe or whatever?
Mm.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, honestly, you're just the bride and it's Kill Bill. I mean that's what it is. You know it's true. You even got like the motorcycle helmet, and stuff.
If they're gonna go that far with it, just put her in yellow. You know, I mean, it's like a girl too. Yeah. It's like obviously, and that's fine that it's inspired by that, but they should make it a little deeper than that.
I mean, motorcycle helmet, like. Yeah, the only thing they changed is why she's doing it.
So are you hitting spacebar to pause time?
I'm just holding down the mouse.
You hold down the mouse?
Yeah, okay. like I'm like, okay, I just clicked.
You click again, you're gonna drop
Boom, and then I'm gonna kill him.
Do you think that there's any games that are good for everyone? Like, is there a game that no matter who you are, you're pretty much gonna like it? I don't think that like such a game exists.
Yeah, I don't think it does either.
You know, there's certain types of games for certain types of people. Like, I'm not the type of person who wants to play simulator games that often. That's not my type of game. This, I would probably be interested in this. Is this my favorite style of game? No, but it's up there. Everybody that plays video games should really just put together their top 10 list of genres of games. High on my list would be tower defense games. I love those. I love strategy games. I love puzzle games. Those are very high on my list.
I think games that aren't in your like core list of genres, they need to be the exceptional specimens in that genre. Mm-hmm. Like, we were talking about like simulator games. Mm-hmm. If you're playing Sim City, The Sims,
that I enjoy.
That's like a top tier sim. Like me, like in simulation games, I love the Mech Warrior series because, again, I'll never get to drive a giant mech. But yeah, I feel like if you don't like a game type, it has to be exceptional. Oh, and I'm trying to get these terminals. That's why
turning them all off.
Yeah, because that's showing me where the guy I want to kill is.
Okay.
If you complete all the objectives on a course, you get to spend skill points. And the one that I did so far is the stealth kill. You can like hang people from the ceiling.
Okay.
It's like the exact opposite of Batman, like hanging people by your feet.
Yeah.
This guy doesn't care. He just kills them.
Do you like that Batman won't use a gun?
Like if Batman went around just like executing criminals, how would he be any different from vigilantes? Like think about like the storyline of like Red Hood. The whole reason why the Red Hood story works is because Batman has a line, and Jason Todd crossed it. Right?
The line must be drawn here.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's what Batman's saying.
First contact, right?
Yes.
It shows restraint because that's why he's different from like Joker or whatever.
Right. So this dude Ronin doesn't give a fuck.
Oh no, he doesn't give a fuck. He just kills everything.
See, that would be more like me if I was doing this.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, I have the opportunity to shoot. I'm gonna shoot. So the combat mechanics in this are pretty interesting because you say that you keep stopping time, and then choosing what you're gonna do. It reminds me actually of a bit of Red Dead Redemption because in that game, the Red Dead was him pausing time, like in this game, picking a certain spot on his enemies, or if there was multiple enemies, like you could pick one dude, pick another dude, pick another dude, and then boom, 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 you take out a bunch of enemies at once. Now that's a completely different game. That's a triple A Grand Theft Auto style cowboy sort of game where, you know, and this is a 2D side-scrolling stealth game, but the idea of pausing time combat is the same.
There are two really good indie games that have this kind of pausing or time manipulation mechanics.
That's a better way. Time manipulation mechanics.
Thank you. The one that's really cool is a game called Braid. In Braid, you're like this little dude who is in this like watercolor painted world, and you can move time backwards. And the other time manipulation game that I really like is a game called Bleed. You know,
Yeah.
I love that game.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like any game that can make you feel like a badass because you're going around just like shooting like crazy amounts of enemies and dodging. It's like those bullet hell games, but you have an advantage because you can slow down time.
Are you a fan of Gunstar Heroes?
Oh, I love Gunstar Heroes. Gunstar Heroes, Ikaruga. You ever played that?
I have.
Yeah, with
Ikaruga's tough.
Oh my god, with the different color balls.
Yeah.
Like the white and the dark.
I love that game actually. I have Ikaruga on
Check this out.
GameCube, I think. Did you just hang him?
I just hung them. Look, and they shake like that when you hang them.
That's disturbing. See, now if this was Lakeview Cabin, you could go up there and you could knock that bitch over the head and then like bring her into the back room and like fuck her and get a key.
I could.
But this isn't Lakeview Cabin.
It's a shame. I would love for it to be more like Lakeview Cabin. In fact, I look at all games now and I'm like, how can they be more like Lakeview Cabin?
I love that this is a puzzle game and not an action game, really. I don't even know if I call it puzzle. I call it strategy. I think this is a strategy game.
Oh, I got him.
Because it's all about figuring out who you're going to attack and when you're going to do it, when it's safe to attack, and when you should be avoiding.
Do you see that? That's what I'm talking about. There's the old man. Hey, old man. Want to play?
But this guy's going to be like a badass, right?
No, not at all.
Oh, no?
Boom.
Oh, so the targets are just like regular dudes?
The second target I went after had a gun.
Okay. Is there anything that you don't like about this game?
The difficulty in the beginning like ramps really fast. Like it goes from like, oh yeah, no shit, I'm supposed to jump, to I'm in a room full of ninjas. You know? That was the only thing I didn't like. I feel like later on some of the scenarios get super cheap and it's like you're gonna be doing it. You're gonna be playing that same part like 10 times, 20 times, 30 times to get it right. Oh, what am I gonna
So you don't like that it gets hard?
No, I don't like that it gets hard to the point where
It gets too hard too quick?
It gets hard to the point where you need to retry 1,000,000 times.
Well, some people like that, though.
They do. Some people like that, and I'm usually one of those people. Look at that. That's a bad day.
You're fucked. Unless you get out.
No, I'm doing this.
Well, if you get out, that's all you
how
can
you do it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Nope. Oh, maybe. Yeah, I knew that was gonna get you killed.
See, I feel like when there's two side by side, you should be able to go through both of them.
Yeah.
But that would just be too easy.
I don't want it to be easy.
No. Remember I was talking about you're doing it over, like you have to have
Yeah.
that perfect run, You know, doesn't this remind you of like old style games? Like,
Yeah.
The only difference is if this was an NES game, after you lost the 3 lives, you would start back at the very beginning.
I like these kind of games personally. There's a game for PlayStation 2 called Stuntman. It's a driving game. It's like a movie shoot, and you're the stuntman, and you're trying to perform the stunts, but you have to complete certain tasks. Like, you have to go through a building and then go off a ramp, and you have to do it in under a certain amount of time and all that. And if you don't, you have to redo it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of this. And I like those type of games where you have to get it pretty much exactly right or very close, or you don't make it. So you have to do it again and again and again. And I think that there's gamers who like that style of gameplay, and then there's people who hate that. So it really just depends on what type of a gamer you are.
I love games that are challenging. Like, I remember going back to the racing example.
Yeah.
I remember Gran Turismo doing those license tests, and it was like you had to hit that turn at just the right point. You had to brake at just the right time, and I did those for hours.
And so you get it just right.
But the sense of accomplishment when you're like, you got your A license, you got your A international license. I was like, oh my god, holy shit,
yeah.
I got it. And I kind of feel the same way in this game when I beat things. Oh, dude, kill that guy. Go up here, get out of it, click the door. Go up on the ceiling and don't.
Oops.
It's fine.
I did it my way.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, as long as the guy's my way.
That's what I was thinking. You know it's bad when you're going.
And now their heads are chopped. Yeah, I'm sure people on YouTube are gonna get fucking my way. Fucking Frank Sinatra. Like.
Sinatra
It's like my mom would like this joke. Yeah. She'd be like, "Oh, I like the part where you started my way." It's like, sorry, Mom, it's getting cut because I'm on YouTube and they listen to like fucking Miley Cyrus or some
Here's
shit.
your dad.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Miley Cyrus. You come up with like you're like two extremes, right?
Yeah.
You don't pick like a band that's in the middle, but you're like these are the two types of musical tastes in this country. It's either Frank Sinatra or Miley Cyrus.
I think that this game is pretty cool. I would sit here and play this. The music maybe could be a little more catchy. It's sort of got that just drony sort of bland, like you're never gonna remember the music in this. It's like just generic. It's like, very generic. It could use some better music. I would get a little more pumped up if the music was better. For example, think of Mega Man 2. That game would not be as memorable or as great a game if the music wasn't what it was. This game could benefit greatly from. It's got the gameplay. It's fun. It's good. Everything works really well. Music could be better.
Absolutely. There's like the next level is like you're in a club and it's a little more, but it's not.
It's like a little techno.
Mega Man. Yeah. Like Mega Man music is so good that there's entire like bands that make lyrics with it and they play it.
And I'm not saying that this music is bad. It's just not memorable.
It's not. Dude, the game just glitched out.
Oh shit.
Did you see that? I jumped from here.
And now you're like in the background?
Trying to do there. And look, I fell through the world. And I'm like, look at this.
Oh no, this is part of it. You're just like in the basement or something.
Yeah, but look, I can't like do anything.
You can't get back?
Oh, no.
Can you die? You can't even die?
It's like glitched out. Oh. What am I going to do?
On this week, on Mike's Game Glitches, we're looking at Ronin.
Yeah.
To perform this glitch, be on the second stage and fall through the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
See you next week.
Yeah, actually, that's what I did. Look, I was here. I was standing here. I jumped, and I was trying to jump onto this lip right here.
Onto
through the glass. Up through the glass.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
It didn't want you to do that.
It did that. It teleported me down here. Then it
stuck you in limbo.
I'm in limbo now, and I can't.
Which is another cool game, by the way, Limbo. And that's Ronin.
Ronin.
It's a good game, other than when it does that.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
No.
So fix your game.
Yeah, get on that.